Libra, I love you. Happy full moon in Capricorn. No. Today we're discussing the full moon, and this video, the grid is for Libra rising, but we can watch for Libra sun and Libra moon, and buckle up, honey. The nodes are in the room. Sarah, what do you mean by all of this? Let's talk. So right now we have the sun in Cancer energy at 11 degrees, and we have the moon in Capricorn energy at 11 degrees. So for full moons, we know that it's a big bright light in the sky. It's shining a light on something. We're releasing old patterns, old toxic things. It's kind of like the club lights, the stage lights were turned on in your fourth house of house, home, my pocket of the world, safety. These are cultural family roots at the bottom of the chart. And right now up here with the sun in Cancer energy for you, this is about legacy, public life, and public image. So Pluto, please go back and watch my Pluto in Aquarius video, opening the door to Oz. Right now we have Pluto that's dipped back down into the sign of Capricorn, and we'll be here until the end of 2024, and then it'll be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So we had a little bit of a preview from March 23rd, 2023, my birthday, up until June 11th, I want to say, where we had Pluto in Aquarius. So maybe do some journaling as to like what felt different during that time than life did from 2008 until now. Because it probably felt like house and home were rocked. Maybe you moved, maybe you had to deal with certain things. I don't know. But right now, we have a nodal transit. We have the north node over here and the south node over here. And the nodes move backwards. Where everything else is going forwards, the nodes go backwards. What is the north node? Our collective destiny, head of the dragon, where we're going, what we are meant to be doing. So the north node has been in Taurus for a year and a half. Some of you might have come into like seemingly falling out of the sky opportunities for work, for home, for apartments, for cars, for like good deals, like positive things happening in that realm. And maybe with the south node over here within our house of money and values and access to resources, maybe, we lost a job, or, maybe some money that wasn't meant to be yours was taken, or some values that weren't really serving your best and greatest good were demolished. It might not have felt pretty. This is like the money access. But it's all for our greater good. I know, it's not easy. But so, I'm a Scorpio rising, so I just had this transit that I'm about to talk to you about. I've just experienced the transit of the south node going through my first house. It's now in my 12th house. So I can only speak from I statements ever. And on this one, with the north node in your house of relationships, I can tell you that people that you thought would be around forever will fall off. Some unexpected motherfuckers will stick around. It won't always feel good, but that is happening because the you that you used to be can't exist in this world anymore. Because we've leveled up vibrationally. And I'll use, I'm a waiter as well, so I'll use food and beverage. Once you start drinking and eating top tier bougie things, it's hard to go back. The restaurant that I work at, it is just like, it is gloss to fine dining, but it is fine dining. And it has set certain standards for me that I have, Aquapanna and Pellegrino at the house. I, will slice up a tuna crudo and put the good balsamic drizzle on top of it and get a little bit of accoutrement. I've become bougie on top of bougie on top of bougie. I had to stop the other day. Oh my God, this is like 10, 15 years ago. Wait, how old am I? 36? 26. Yeah, like literally 15 years ago. I had I loved going to the nines, getting the tips and tenders, please. Cooked rare, French fries, thank you. Some barbecue sauce and marinara sauce for the dipping. Like, how much canola oil was in that one dish? How much sad, abused meat was in that dish? Like, unconsciously eating it. Like, I don't drink alcohol anymore, so it's just like drinking, ingesting spirits, becoming a version of myself. I was just so checked out. There's nothing against the nines. The nines has good stuff. This is me judging myself for the decisions that I made because my standards have leveled up. And now I can't go back. Like, once you travel to Asia and you have pineapples and mangoes in Asia and you come back to the States, even if it's organic, it just doesn't taste the same. It tastes like bland paper. So once you travel and you experience other things, you can't live a life of not traveling again. So what is perfection? I'm looking at my notes. Buckle up, the node's about to ride you. What is perfection? And I'm going to be posting my full moon healing a little closer to the full moon, but I'll put the link below to that page, to my courses, and we're releasing perfection. What is perfection? Let's look at your glyph. It's the scales. And as we know with the scales, there's never a moment that it just and it stays. It's a constant ebb and flow. So if we know that the South Node is about to go through your sign, we know that it's not always going to be pretty. We know that it's not always going to feel good when the world presents you with opportunities where every day it feels like you have to put on your big kid cap, your ambitious pants. And sometimes you just want to wear your PJs. But we're not slowing down as far as the awaken. If you've awakened, you've left the 3D world. You can't go back. You can't go back to sleep. You've woken up. You can't go back to sleep. You can't plug the matrix cord back into your brain after you've taken it out. Sorry, battery. So I ask you, with the Sun and Mercury up here in your house of legacy, public life, and career, for Cancer season, it probably just feels like everyone is looking at you and everyone is watching you. It is just the planetary placements. With all this excitement over here in your house of everyday life and practical service, you're probably focused on your everyday life. Pluto dipping back down into Capricorn, you've probably had some how do I say, nightmares, but daytime nightmares, some PTSD, some Nam flashbacks of shit. It's gonna happen again. It's not gonna happen again. But we're reminding our nervous system of that. We're reminding our nervous system that, hey, I can handle anything. I can handle anything that happens outside of me. I can handle any gossip. I can handle anything that happens outside of me. I'm safe in my skin. That's something that you're at home in your skin. We are conscious sovereign beings on this planet. Yes, we are visiting this planet as starseeds, but we're home on this planet and we're safe in our skin. I know this is a lot of woo-woo with 3D, with everything, but I believe in you, Libra, and I believe that you can keep up with me. Libra moon especially is yes. Fuck her, she only looks so good. She looks better with her hair parted down the side. I don't know why she keeps doing it in the middle. It's because I'm growing out the sides, okay? It's summer in Gloucester. My mane is getting bigger. Get out of here. So yeah, the North Node transiting your 7th house of relationship, and Chiron is in your 7th house of relationships right now, Mamacita. So I get that it's a little bit of a twinge. It's a little bit of sometimes relationships are hard. And by hard, I mean take effort and work. Like a heavier deadlift than you're used to. But it's not hard, woe is me, and dramatic and adolescent. It's no, this is good work to do. This is development. This is personal growth and development. If you're here with me, you know I come from corporate. I come from leading teams and training teams. This is what I'm here. My quest is to find and train the new leadership team for the Ascended Awakened New Earth. That's you. You're here with me. So I say these things with love, and I tell you we're working with the astrology, not against it. So right now, knowing that this transit is coming for the next year and a half, knowing that the good people will stay, the people that are meant to stay will stay. But let's really, like, what was the video? What did I call it? How can we use division to unify? Please go back and watch that video. That's a really fun one where it talks about, and I've also done a video months ago about having boundaries in a boundaryless world. Let's romanticize the ending of relationships in the same way that we romanticize the fairy tale prince, knight in shining armor coming in. Because the North Node in this house, that's the transit. But if you're keeping basic bitches around, why? You have no space for the king or the queen. Yeah, I would like you to release perfection because the node is about to ride you in a beautiful way, honey. So be your most authentic self. Level up. Get the bougie organic coconut oil. I was going to say something crass. I was like, get the good lube, the organic good stuff. If you know you're about to be road set up for success. No, I always forget. Your house of communication is run by Sag. You love it. You love the good stuff. Okay. I love you so much, Libra. Please have a beautiful full moon. We're going to be doing some manifesting in this house in a few weeks for the new moon coming up in Cancer in our house of public life, career, and legacy. So like, yeah, I want you moisturized. I want you feeling good, but level up your standards and declare, this is me now. Because when the South Node, if you have a very strong understanding of who you are in this present moment and who you want to be moving forward, only little past beliefs are really going to be sucked out by the South Node. And the South Node, this is past life tendencies. These are the tendencies that kept us on the karmic merry-go-round that we're releasing. We're letting go of that. So everything that the nodes do is of your highest timeline, your most authentic timeline. So let it happen in a beautiful way. Like I've said, for the past few months, when things happen outside of you, I want you to be like, oh, interesting. Interesting. Even if your internals are screaming, you're like, what the fuck? Oh my God, I don't understand. It's like, oh, interesting. And I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna process, I'm gonna decide how I wanna respond to this. I heard you, I see that email, and I will RSVP when I need to, but I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna deal with this on my own, process on my own, have my reaction on my own, and then respond instead of react. I'm gonna respond from a place of sovereignty and knowing and emotional maturity, and I'll have my reaction alone. I think that slapped. Ciao, Libra, I'll see you in a few weeks.